There she blows. I know. I know, right? Okay, so anyway, guys, bathrooms on the right. Don't use this one because it's handicap accessible. That's what I was just telling you. You didn't miss anything. But there's only one stall per gender, see? So if everybody's walking in there, you're going to stand in line the whole time, okay? Middle one for you gentlemen or Connie. Front one up here in front of the bus for the ladies. Can you look out to the left over here, guys? Two ways you could go. There's stairs or a ramp. But you see where all those people are up there, right there to the left, turning to the right, basically? If you turn there, it's less strenuous. If you continue up to the left, it's a little steep. Some people have a harder time with that, okay? So kind of pick and choose which way's easiest for you. And then there's 3 different tiers up there, guys. So either way you go will take you up to those.
Come on, Ricky. Love it.
اینجا رو بهش میگن گرند کنیون هاوایی. از گرند کنیون هاوایی. از گرند کنیون هاوایی. اینجا تو کاوایی تو پارکینگ ها پر مرغ خروسه. قسمت تمام شد راه افتادیم بریم به یک جای دیگه. در جاده زیبایی که با آمدیم
There it is. Okay. Don't move. We're going to tape it right to there. All right. Well, I think today's successful in itself, just seeing the canyon. Did you guys enjoy the view?
Yes.
Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. Good day. Good day. Glad you guys got to see it. That's important. Now I don't have to drive a lot faster and be real quiet. But the ride down is a lot faster, guys, so get your belts on. Yeah. We're like a roller coaster. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys got to see that. As you guys can tell, you know, you can, like I said, with the different trails, Waipo'o Falls, you can climb across there, the top rim of the canyon over there. So, yeah, so you definitely got a lot more to do up here once you guys ever come back. And definitely a beautiful day like this, you can definitely be the whole day. All right, well, I'll tell you what, guys, on the road down here, I'm going to kind of concentrate. I'm sure you will find. But I have a nice video for you guys to watch on the way down. And this is from the Blue Hawaiian Helicopter Company. So this is actually a nice view of these different areas that you most likely won't get to see, you know, on this trip. So it's an aerial view of the canyon. They fly you right through it. The Napoli Coast, you got Mount Waialeale and the valleys and waterfalls and the North Shore and whatnot. So it's really a nice view of everything. Has a nice commentary to it, a little bit of myth and legend. And I really hope you guys enjoy this because I'm saving you each about $500. The actual, you know, excitement of the ride, but this kind of gives you a nice aerial view of these different places, though. And then at the end, they have a little tidbit about some of the birds they're trying to keep going.
Pele is busy on the Big Island today, but 3 million or so years ago, she was working hard at the opposite end of the island chain, creating what is now the oldest of the major Hawaiian islands. Because water has had so much time to work its magic on this landscape, Kauai is today a masterpiece finally carved by the power of erosion. Kauai has this deep-water port and commercial harbor. It is also the only Hawaiian island with a navigable river. Water is the all-conquering force on Kauai, and it clothes the land with sumptuous greenery. Close to the mouth of Huleia Stream lies an ancient artificial pond called Ale Koko. They say it was built in a single night by the Menehune. Haupu Ridge in the background is usually cloaked with mists. This area has been preserved as a refuge for endemic water birds. Kayaking is a dream on Kauai streams. That means outcast. The conquerors would have considered the original residents to be inferior. In other words, small, and could well have put them to work on road-building crews. Or maybe that's a legend too. It's hard to tell myth from fact on this mystifying island. Fairly circular in shape, Kauai was formed by a single shield volcano. Rainwater has had enough time to wash much of the old mountain away, leaving behind the thinnest imaginable ridges. The vertical grooves keep falling away, ever sharpening the blade of the ridge. What remains of the old volcanic peak includes a vast upper elevation swamp and a weather-worn summit. It is extremely rare to be able to see these areas at all. They are usually hidden in clouds. Rainfall here is an amazing 486 inches per year on average. This is one of the wettest places on the planet. Seven rivers originate at this point. Mauna Waialeale is what remains of the eastern rim of Kauai's volcano. The original caldera and much of the sheet of the old volcano was obscured by later lava flows that filled in many of the contours. As a result, Kauai looks, overall, much flatter than the other islands. But because of its age, it bears some truly spectacular byproducts of erosion. Naturally, Kauai is a favored location for Hollywood filmmakers. If you want to see more of this island, just watch Avatar, King Kong, Lord of the Flies, Tropic Thunder, Hook, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Thornbirds, The Time Machine, or of course, South Pacific, Blue Hawaii, or any one of the 3 Jurassic Parks.
داشت اسم این فیلم هایی که اینجا پر شده بود میگفت.
One of the strangest features of Kauai is this mesmerizing canyon. Instead of cutting from the mountaintop to the sea as one might expect, it runs mostly north-south, so it seems to be trying to slice off the entire western tip of the island. Notice the layers of lava that were laid down one on top of the other millions of years ago. This work of natural sculpture is smaller and 200 million years younger than a certain other famous canyon in Arizona. Nevertheless, Waimea Canyon is certainly grand. The River Cut Gorge is close to 3,000 feet deep. The river is the longest one on Kauai, 19.5 miles. It's amazing that such a large geographical feature could be tucked away on such a small tropical island. A good road ascends from Waimea town along the west rim of the canyon. 2 state parks here, a museum, campground, and numerous trails make this an esteemed feature of any Kauai visit. An old story tells of a little girl who lived in Waimea Canyon. Only a few bird catchers had ever seen her. Her mother named the baby Ua, meaning rain. Her loving parents lost her as an infant. While climbing high cliffs in nearby Nauhali, her father slipped and lost his grip on the baby. She fell. Instead of dying on the rocks, though, she was caught by a waterfall god who carried her over a rainbow into this canyon. When the family searched for her, they could spy her in the high pools, dressed in leaves and flowers. But whenever they called, she disappeared into the pool. Years passed. Then the son of a great chief came and sat on the canyon rim, fascinated by the waterfalls and the rainbow mist. He glimpsed her sitting on a rock, twining flowers in her hair, then disappearing into a pool. He searched for her, and every time he came near, she would slip away into the water. But one day he called softly, "I love you and would have you for my wife." She looked at him, "Then call me by my name," she said, and vanished into the firm-edged pool. The young chief went to every wise kahuna on Kauai, but no one knew her name. The lad traveled throughout the island, but he got no answer. So he went home. He was despondent. His grandmother laughed. "You spoke with every wise man, but you never asked me." I know people who lost a tiny girl that was carried across a rainbow bridge into the canyon. Her name was Ua, rain. The young chief went back to Waimea Canyon and said to the girl, "Oh, Ua, I have come to make you my wife." Joy filled the girl's face, and she came to him. "That is my name," she said. "Dimly I remember, but I long to hear the name again. I shall go with you." It's easy to imagine dropping any burden, even an infant slung over your back in a self-made net that you're gripping in your teeth, miles from trying to climb out, but the
آشنا تو میدم داستانی که داره تعریف میکنه راجع به هیستوری کاوایی.
This 22-mile stretch of coastline, which is backed up against Waimea Canyon, has no road. That would be impossible. And yet, the 5 deep valleys along this northwest coast of Kauai were once home to sizable settlements. It's relatively easy to get in and out of these valleys by canoe. The sand is warm and the sea is gentle today. But anyone who comes here must respect the forces in control. As it turns out, Pele, the goddess of fire, has a powerful sister named Namaka, goddess of the sea. Namaka has shown no mercy in her determination to snuff out Pele and wipe out everything Pele has created. But her hot-headed sister keeps moving to new locations. Planetary forces are always contending with each other. And what beauty they create from their colossal disagreements. During the winter, this coastline is too wild for safe travel by sea. In the old days, people who wanted outside contact had to hike and climb. That situation has not changed. Kauai is the most isolated of the main Hawaiian islands. It lies 72 miles from Oahu. That isolation has always distinguished it and protected it from the others. It has a tradition of autonomy. It was never conquered by the all-conquering Kamehameha. Twice the great warrior assembled an armada, certain to capture the whole island and its high chief, Kauai. But this Ali'ipui of Kauai had very capable priests, Kauai, or shamans, who were praying on his behalf. Kamehameha's first armada was knocked out by a strange storm. The second one never left Oahu. The army was laid flat by a foreign disease, probably cholera. Eventually, Kauai's high chief, Kauai, was kidnapped by Kamehameha's son, who compelled the chief to marry his mother. Shakespeare could have written the plot. The trail that traverses the Napali coast, an 11-mile trek each way, is one of the most shocking and gorgeous hikes on Earth. To take it on, you need to camp in the old, now unpopulated valley. Or do a day hike, a hardy one-day expedition into the first valley and stream, Hanakapi'ai. Hawaii is actually something that few people have ever seen. On every island, the roadways scarcely penetrate the landscape. The grand wildness of these mountains lends a feeling of mystery to the experience of living or visiting here. Is this paradise, as people like to call it? Only in the sense that it has a mythical, pre-civilized magnificence that humbles all human endeavors. Hawaii is full of contradictions. It is both inviting and forbidding, gentle and terrible, timeless and turbulent, easy to know and impossible to understand. It's a vertical world, a kingdom of plants and birds. There is a clarity to its colors that seems to exceed the limitations of ordinary perception. Its light, its clouds, its winds change constantly throughout the day. On all the planets, there is room for only one Hawaii. It has always stood apart, and it always will. Triumphant and vulnerable. On Kauai's north shore, you find Hanalei, one of the prettiest bays in the world. And neighboring Princeville, which was named in 1860 in honor of Prince Albert, the infant son of King Emma and King Kamehameha IV. Formerly a sugar plantation, then a cattle ranch, it was transformed starting in 1968 into a planned community and resort. Its evolution has paralleled the historic changes in the island over the past 150 years. Given the grandeur and isolation of Hawaii, the puzzle for human beings has always been to find a proper place in it, to find a way of living here that's harmonious with the land. It's easy to do damage in a world so raw and so rare. For example, Kilauea Point straight ahead, and its large island called Kauai just offshore. Small as they are incredibly important to the survival of certain extraordinary birds. 4 species of migratory seabirds come here every year to nest and raise their young. You'll find sea turtles here, and in the winter, passing humpback whales. That's why Kilauea Point has been established as a national wildlife refuge. When you see Hawaii from the air, you realize how artificial it is to declare one area or another as being something special. The island chain itself is one great refuge for rare wildness. Each island is unique, as is each stone, each wind, each day. And each of us is part of this marvel, both as participants and in any way we can as protectors. As always, we humans must consider the consequences of our choices. This is implied by Hawaii's state motto coined by Kamehameha III, Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. The life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness.
We are working with Akikiki and Akeke, which are 2 small endangered Hawaiian honeybeavers found only here on the island of Kauai. Their populations are rapidly declining in the wild, and they're projected to go extinct in the next few years. So really now is the time to go in and save these species from extinction before they go extinct. So we hike into the Alakai Plateau, which is where these 2 species of birds are found in the wild. And we collect eggs from the nest. If Akikiki and Akeke were to become extinct, we would lose a special part of Hawaii. We would lose part of our identity of this place that we call home.
You're trying to get in and out of these valleys, and it takes hours to go even a few kilometers. It's actually really logistically challenging to do the work here. It involves going into the remote part of the island, into the rugged interior, and then once you get there, it's quite a challenge just to do the work itself. Like for instance, for this project, the Akikiki and the Akeke nest at the top of the canopy. So we had to figure out a way to access the nest up 40 feet up in the air. So it's been quite a logistical feat.
Lower the eggs to the ground, put them into a portable incubator, and we hike these eggs out of the field, and also jump onto a helicopter and fly these eggs out of the field as well. After we harvest the Akikiki or Akeke eggs from the Alakai swamp, we helicopter them over here to the egg house that we've set up. And the first thing we do is transfer the eggs to our incubators, because we want to make sure that they're nice and warm and at the correct humidity before we do anything with the eggs. So after we have incubated them for about an hour, we take the eggs out, we weigh them to get a starting weight, and we also candle the eggs, which is where we shine a really bright light through the eggs, and see how they're developing. Both of these species are incubated for about 16 to 18 days before they hatch. Once the chicks hatch, we feed them every hour of the day from 6 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. So we set up 15 feedings. We will even sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and feed them at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Future of Akatiki and Akatiki. And many of our partners are working at a landscape level to ensure that their habitat in the wild is secure for the future. And so in the meantime, what we're doing is we're breeding these birds in captivity and we'll be able to release these offspring of these birds back out into the wild in the future for their production.
I can hear it. Did it finally shut? Yeah? Or somebody in there? Okay. Yeah, it's like you gotta turn it on. Yeah, but I was like, back up here, and I go, that's great. Driving those guys nuts back there. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. That's shut, guys. You gotta turn the handle, put a hip into it, and it'll shut. Okay? I knew I did the trick, but I was like, okay. Did you get a picture of all of us? Did you get a picture of all of us? Alrighty, guys. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? We good? We made it down? That's a plus. Alright. Finally got that door shut. Sorry about that back there, guys. Yeah, it has a time. You gotta kind of turn the handle and put a hip into it, and then the little shut. I kept hearing it. I thought if I can hear it up here, everybody can, yeah. So sorry about that. But did you guys enjoy the video?
Yes.
Pretty nice from up above, huh? Not bad. Yeah. I highly recommend it. Today would be an awesome day to be in a helicopter, that's for sure. But yeah, it's quite costly, so we'll save you a little bit here. Maybe next time you all come back, you can. Or do any of you have a helicopter ride? No? While you're here, no? Okay. Some people do. Yeah. Now you don't have to. Yeah, the the rich people. Yeah. He goes, that's better for the 3-time visitors. I got you. Hey, if mine wasn't a free, I wouldn't have went. I promise you. I know my daughter works for one of the helicopter companies now, and her boss keeps saying, when are we going to get you up? You know, and like her, I get motion sickness. I'm like, I'm good. I've done it once, I'm good, you know, but it is a really beautiful view. All right. Decided we're gonna blame the turning red light on the bathroom door this time. It's usually his fault. His wife says here. They just know he's coming, so I think it's fine too. It happens to me all the time. Like, he's sitting over there. You can see the headlight. Back to Little Waimea Town. This is a cool little town to visit. And you see how small the communities are, you know, so they call it the walking town for a reason, because you just go up one side, come down the other, have some nice signs along the roads about, you know, timelines and some of the churches and the old sugar mills and whatnot. Great little eatery places here. The Kauai shrimp place, shrimp station, they actually raise the shrimp here on the island. That's good. They don't have a lot of hotels down these ways because it's getting a little far off the beaten path, you know. You know, Waimea cottages, plantation cottages over here on the right coming up. It used to be a plantation community, you know, with the old homes and whatnot, so they fixed them all up and renovated and kind of painted and made a little, you know, just a little village out of it, basically, you know. But they didn't put like, you know, TVs and alarm clocks, stuff like that I guess they would think would distract your peace, you know. But right inside the right here. So before they could actually, you know, add cell phones with your alarm clocks on it, you know, if you needed a wake-up call, you would go up to the front desk there and ask them for like a 6 o'clock wake-up. And about 5:58, they would go grab a rooster and then throw it in your window. And then, and there you go. Yeah, everybody's up. The whole village, because I'd probably scream if something flew in my window. This is one of the old sugar mills to the right. So all these were the plantation housing and stuff for this mill. They always like to keep the housing closed so they can't call in sick for work, you know, the flat tire, traffic, you know, that kind of stuff. Out of gas, well, you could walk. Yeah. So this one most likely had asbestos, I'm guessing. They tore the walls down, so now it's just kind of a frame of it. But those old tractors, too, to the right, they just put those out just recently, really. Kind of rusted out, but that's pretty neat. Old school. This is the town center, yep. Island Taco to the left, that's my favorite place. I love that place. Surprised they're even open. They should just close down, let them go home today. This is the one and only movie theater on the island now too, right here to the left. That's real old school, 2 stories, yeah. Old building. Pretty neat inside. And we got one of our high schools to the left. We only have 3 high schools on the whole island, guys. Yeah, so playing football right now, actually your chances of coming in first are pretty good. You know, even third's not bad, but you're still last. These are some of my very favorite flowers over here on the right. This Hong Kong orchid is purple. Those are beautiful for your hair, girls, let me tell you. Yeah, really pretty. That's the national tree of Hong Kong there. Yep. Then up on our left coming up, guys, you're going to see the statue of Captain James Cook. Yeah, so 1778 is when he arrived on the island. So right here to your left there. Right between the 2 trees. Captain James Cook RN. I didn't know he was a registered nurse till I saw that RN on there, yeah. Yeah, he's from the Royal Navy. And then Cook's Landing is out here on your right, guys. This beach area right there over the bridge. Exactly where he and his crew came in 1778. Yeah, kind of hard to see the king up there still, guys. That statue, like I said, is about 8 feet. But it was dedicated back in 2021. $670,000 statue. I think they paid $600 too much, really. Like, could you make it a little taller? Might be placement too, I don't know. When Cook came in, you know, they were actually expecting him. They were there to greet and welcome he and his crew to the island. Time they were celebrating, which is called Makahiki, and Makahiki is it's a fun time celebration. It kind of, to me, it kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know about you guys, but back in school we would have like a field day or something, and have like tug of wars against the other classroom, stuff like that. So fun, you know, fun competitions. They would do like spear throwing. They would have canoe races, things like that. So, but it's a time of celebrating the gods. And at that time, they were celebrating this god Lono, and he was a fertility god. And with the really, really fertile soil, everything, you know, the food was really abundant. But they were told that the god would be coming to the islands, and so they would be coming by way of small island with square banners, and the small island was the ships, where banners were the sails. So when they saw that, because they came in on 2 different ships, the Resolution and the Discovery. But when they saw those 2 small islands nearing, they automatically assumed that that was their god. And they said he never really told them anything different. So of course they thought he was the first to discover the island. They took, you know, the Union Jack. They were going to stake the ground for the British. And he was on a mission here from the Earl of Sandwich, you know. So they were going to name these the Sandwich Islands. But little does, you know, big surprise when he got here that there was about 1,000 native people standing there watching him, you know, with some greeting him. But it was a warm welcome. And so he only stayed on the island for just a few short weeks. And then he actually left this island as a god. That's why that statue's there. Yeah? And so he headed over to the Big Island. And on the Big Island, same thing. Same God, same welcome, same greeting, same everything. The first time. Second time, not so much. But over there, they have longer time to spend with them. In Makahiki, it actually lasts for 3 months. So over there, they kind of started putting 2 and 2 together, you know. And one day, one of the native men and one of the crew members got in a fight, and the crew members started bleeding. Now, when they saw the blood, they didn't, right? They're not gods. So they felt taken advantage of, you know, and I think rightfully so. And so Cook knowing this, you know, not a lot of aloha left, they decided to head out. And so they got into unfortunately, they got into a bad storm, and it broke the mast on one of the ships. So they had to go back to the Big Island to get those repairs. So they rode their smaller boats up onto the beach there. And the second one wasn't warm at all. Not happy to see them. Excuse me. And the natives, told him, okay, how about we keep the bolts, we burn those, we keep the nails, we call it even. And he didn't agree to that either. I kind of upset him. But that started a big fight. They were definitely outnumbered. But the crazy thing about Cook and most of his crew members is they couldn't swim. From being a captain of the high seas, And so by the time the other crew members got back to those little boats, they jumped in them and started paddling out. Cook gets to the water's edge and he just freezes, I would think if you're going to learn to swim, now would be a really good time because they're right behind you, And because of that, I won't go into gory details, but that is the day that he and those crew members got killed on the Big Island in 1779. Over here, still, they would still consider him a god. So that statue stands in Whitby, England. It's a replica statue of Whitby, England. Yeah, these are the plantation workers' homes here. $1 a month. $60, you got like 5 years worth of rent. Not bad. Single walls, yeah. You didn't need, central heat here in your home back in those times. That climate is kind of changing even out here. It's getting warmer all the time. It might be better cause might be both. It's a lethal combination. The Hawaiian seesaw, guys, that was a big source of trade too back when. A lot of sailors, trade ships come in with meat on board that needed to be cured. So they would trade meat, they would trade vegetation, different seeds, things like that for the Hawaiian seesaw. So our salt beds are right out there to the right. That's the Salt Pond Park out there. You can see the beach area. Actually, you can kind of see the beds. See to the left where the light is, down below, that's our salt beds. So people privately own, pieces of those. And they do still do, the Hawaiian seesaw, mostly in the summertime, because the water evaporates faster. But of course, for trade, the Department of Health got involved in all that, of course. And then, you can't trade it anymore. It doesn't meet the standards. So anyway, these people, they'll do it. They just give it away. Give it to family, friends, weddings, funerals. They give you like a little packet of it. It's actually a source of good luck. A little bit of that on the steak, that's all you need. Yeah. So that was a big source of trade. So was sandalwood trees and ulu, which is known as breadfruit. Yeah. And I absolutely love this mural on the side of the building over here on the right with the father with the keiki on his shoulder. The ukulele was the outrigger that the Tahitians came in. See right here to the right? See the green? That's taro. And that's what they make the poi out of. See the rock with the spirit coming out of it? Hula dancers, your warriors, sharks. Sharks are actually a spirit animal here for a lot of people. And that's the reason I don't go in the ocean. Shark, I ain't in there. Not with my luck. And then, there's the Japanese Zen temple again over here on the right, guys. Yeah, every year they have a festival, a Bon festival that celebrates their loved ones that have passed on. So if you guys ever hear there's a big party going on at one of those, stop in. They like party crashers. They like anybody to stop in because it's a celebration of your loved ones. We all probably have somebody that we miss or has passed away. So any culture, all cultures, they love to all celebrate together. But music, food, dance, a lot going on, all lit up, real pretty. And they have different temples around the island, so they, schedule it at different times. Make sure the house is still standing. Yep, okay. Don't see any smoke up there, that's a good sign. My 87-year-old mother was with us. them their own color. Ours is purple. Chosen for Queen Emma. She was married to Kamehameha IV. That was her favorite color, so Kauai's purple. One of my favorite colors. Through all of our coffee fields here for you guys. Yeah, I've never seen what coffee trees actually look like. You guys actually know that coffee is a fruit? Yeah, it's a fruit tree. Yeah, you have that fruit every day. Right? That's a good way to look at it. You know, like you need your fruits and vegetables. Like, I get fruit every morning. Well, you know, because coffee doesn't actually taste like coffee, the beans, until they dry and roast them, right? So, because it's on the tree, it's called a cherry, you know, so it's like a husk and the beans are in the cherry. And if you open that, you know, the cherry and eat the beans out of it, you can't really chew on them because they're hard, but if you suck on them, they're sweet. They're sweet. It doesn't taste anything like coffee, that's for sure, yeah. Yep. And I didn't know either until like when I moved here, and some people have actually changed their ways because of this, that a medium roast coffee has more caffeine than a dark roast. Yep. Lighter blonde roast has the most caffeine. Yeah. Not many people know that. I've heard people go, oh, I just need a dark, strong cup of coffee. Well, it's just a stronger, bolder taste, but it's like a burnt bean, the dark roast. Yeah. But the longer they roast the beans, the less caffeine is in it. So a lighter blonde always has the most. Yeah. I did not know that. I was like, wow, I didn't think it made a difference, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, true to be. So the process here, guys, really the difference between ours and Kona's is it's all an Arabica type coffee. The Kona picks their cherries when they're red. We pick ours in yellow. Red is not all the way ripe yet. So that's where you get that kind of little bit more of a bitter taste in there. Yeah. That's the taste difference. The whole difference right there. So they have to hand pick theirs, which means their harvest times are going to take a lot longer. Coffee costs are going to be more expensive. Here, we machine pick. So it goes a lot faster. Coffee costs are less expensive. We pick ours in yellow. Now that's a coffee company. Yep. So you guys, next time you're here, or if you guys are, you know, rent a car or do something tomorrow, or, you know, just drive out here, taste test the different kinds. You can take either a guided tour with the employees or just walk around on your own back there. It's a nice pathway. It has, you know, signs all the way around it, kind of telling you what you see and doing. That's the overall plantation hills. These trees, guys, back in the day, believe it or not, these used to be macadamia nut fields. And it takes 10 years for a macadamia nut tree to actually produce its first harvest. Now, unfortunately, that is one of the bigger industries that Hurricane Amini helped shut down. You know, in 92, the chick came through, they were on like year 9. Had like one more year, and she uprooted all the trees, ruined that crop. That was an expensive, you know, loss. Yeah, so of course they had a decision to make at that point. Another 10 years, that's like 20 years to get one harvest, you know. That's a lot. Big loss. So anyway, in 1996 out here, they decided to go all coffee. Good choice too. Just turned out to be a really good industry here for the island. Jobs, you know, and whatnot. These trees, though, have a lifespan of about 50 years. And so each one of these trees, guys, by the time it gets to a certain height, the taller it grows, the less it produces. Okay? So when it gets to about a 10-foot height, about every 7 years, they're going to cut this tree back down. So they cut it down to about 2 foot, you know, just pretty much a stone. And then it's going to take 2 more years to harvest, but when it does, it's going to yield its double. And then for the next 5 years, you're going to get quite a bit of harvest off of it. Yeah, so you can cut the tree probably a good 7 times a multi-billionaire. There's money in coffee, guys, let me tell you. So these trees to the right, see, these were just cut in like October, I'm sorry, in March, earlier in the year. So after they do the harvest, they'll decide which ones need to be cut. So these aren't producing this year, not even next year, but the year after they will. So they're kind of all, something always producing out here. By the looks of it, some of you could use some coffee, huh? I feel you. Yeah, we got some driving to do today. Well, yeah, we get to lunch. Yeah, there's actually a little shop over there. But you know what? You guys are spending the night. I would highly recommend if you guys want to get our coffee, or purchase, a bag of it or whatever, I would go to the ABC store that's over by your ship. That's not a bad deal over there. Well, it's almost gone now with my morning coffee. I thought, I'll take it with me. Pretty hibiscus to the left, all the different colors. Yellow hibiscus, guys, is our state flower. Yeah, don't put those in your hair. Well, don't pick them. State stuff, they get all kind of hurt. Bless you. Yeah, we were talking up here earlier, coming out of the mountain. My husband is, he's a local. We've been married about almost 9 years now. But he was born and raised here. So he, of course, I had to work today. So hunting, he will go. Yeah, he's an avid pig hunter. Well, because back in the days, you had to hunt, you had to fish, you had to grow, you had to feed your family, right? And so that's always been a tradition here, and you're definitely going to teach your next generations, how to feed your family, basically. And you never know in this world the way it's going. Might have to go back to that one day, But as soon as he knows I have to work and he's off, boy, off he is. He's with my brother, actually. Yeah, so hunting for pigs, they're very abundant here. But we also have black-tailed deer, like access deer, and goats. And those are mostly up in the canyon, those. But the pigs, unfortunately, are everywhere. They love vegetation, and that's what this island's all about, so... Sometimes you'll see them, unfortunately, just make it across the road, get hit or whatever, But, so hunting usually for the goats and the deer, they have smaller litters, right? So one, maybe two if it's goats. And so their hunting is usually now, November, December, like up at the canyon there. And then the pigs, since they have, bigger litters and they're uprooting everybody's gardens and yards and whatnot, their hunting season is a little bit longer. It's almost over. In fact, it starts January 1st and then it ends December 31st. And then it starts back over on January 1st. Yeah. Every day, all day, as many as you can. So they're trying to eradicate a lot of them because that's probably a lot of where you live, yeah. When they just take over, let me tell you. Chicken's not digging a hole in the yard, the pigs are. Alright, so this will be a different view here. You guys haven't seen this yet. This is where pineapple was planted a long time ago. That actually ended in about 1979. Smaller island didn't produce as much as some of the bigger islands, again, competition, rising costs, shipping. So there were two different canneries on this island back in that time. And you see all these buildings coming up over here. This is the Kauai cannery. Other one on the other side of the island, probably never heard of it. It really wasn't all that popular. It was the Dole Plantation. That one, yeah. So you see all these buildings. This is a tannery. People still do grow pineapple here. You know, it's just for private consumption, farmers markets, smaller stores, things like that. So, but it's fresh. To the left, you guys see the birds of paradise, the orange bushes below. Aren't those gorgeous? Don't put those in your hair, okay? Because, I mean, it literally looks like you got a creature coming out the back of your head. It's not, you know, not real attractive at all. So, better in vases, you know. And this is one of my favorite drives here. I got about 100 of them. I love these views in here. So beautiful. All this grass you guys have probably been seeing like this to the right. This is called guinea grass. Right in by the Polynesians to feed cattle. But if you can see on the tops, those little tassels, those are seeds. And those seeds, when they detach, they replant. So this is extremely invasive, yeah. We call it a pain in the grass. Because it will take over all your vegetation. Sheep in that field. You know what was growing in that field? Pakalolo. Yay! That's marijuana for you guys, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's happy sheep, yeah. Well, they that guy he raises the sheep too, but once it was legalized here, of course, for here it's just medicinal. Once it was legal, he took on the, growing it to make a dispensary or whatever. And so the sheep he already had, and he will lease out the sheep to like people with solar panels, areas. So they'll eat the grass around so you don't blow and break the solar. So one day, I had a meeting over here, appointment over on this side of the island, and I came through there. They had just harvested the field for the Pakalolo. And so I look over there and I see all the sheep like that inside there, right? And I thought, sheep will eat just about anything, let me tell you. And so I literally had to pull over coming back. I laughed so hard I couldn't see straight. Because when I came back about an hour and a half later, all the sheep were laying down in the field sleeping. I'm not kidding you. And they were like, I thought, oh my gosh, I think they're all high. I don't know. That's the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. I thought, I wonder if they just wake up and eat some more. And then go back to sleep. I thought, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. No, I did not. No, sure didn't. I don't think they could see all the people going by. They're pretty much out of it when I came back. So this, I want you guys to see this, so I'm going to drive around this. Usually we take the right, but see this statue over here on the left, guys? That's our Shaka statue. So that's like a Hawaiian wave. That's telling you, hi, how's it, how you doing, take blues, have a good time. So that's how we wave. So if you guys have ever seen anybody doing that, which normally you would, because that's how everybody waves at each other, I do the peace sign because I think the world needs more of it. I've always done that, but yeah. So you see somebody, that's the wave you give them. Yeah, your thumb and your pinky. And that actually came about from a gentleman over on Oahu that kind of created that Hawaiian wave, or got credit for it anyway. Working the sugar fields, and back in that time they would use machetes to cut the cane. Right? Poor guy. Another guy swung his, and unfortunate accident, cut off his first 3 fingers. Right? All he had was these like nubs, So and his thumb and his pinky. Well, that's kind of hard to work like that, So they took him out of the fields. They put him on the back of the narrow gauge steam engine train, and that was the type of transport for the sugar back in that time. And so they would tell him when you guys are loaded, you're finished loading, then just lean out, wave, let us know, we go. And so when he would lean out to wave, this is what they got, That's all he had, So that's how it became the Hawaiian wave. That's the shaka. Everybody kind of turns it backwards, And then hang loose, that was from surfing, and yeah, not wild. We're gonna get into some high-end homes here. I actually like these to the left. These are really pretty. In fact, that little garage or whatever that one is there is bigger than my house, period. I think that's a guest little cottage. Yeah, and then Drew Breeze up here on the right, guys, this is where he lives. He's got 2 houses up here. This is a gated community called Uiula. And Toby Keith, these 2 brown houses coming on the right. Matching kind of houses right here. Ooh, ooh. Those are his. See, these guys don't need just one, they need 2. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one for them and one for guests or something. Or maybe because you can. My whole house would be in the garage, So yeah, got quite a few. And Zuckerberg, that guy, I tell you, he put a bad taste in everybody's mouth here, really, to be honest. It's a small island. He bought 1,700 acres on the North Shore. And you're not supposed to block beach access to anybody. Kamehameha the first. He said all beaches are public. You cannot own a beach. Anybody can go. Zuckerberg, 1,700 acres. What's he do? He puts a big wall all the way around. 1,700 acres. That's a lot. So so literally that made people mad because of course to get to it you got to go all the way around that. And then he proceeded to try to bully people basically into selling their property to him. He is actually going to take them to court to force them to sell their property. I thought, what do you think you're doing? He obviously didn't know the island lifestyle here because that's just wrong. And so he finally kind of came to his senses, I guess, and dropped the case. But by then, we had already sent a petition around to unfriend him. He's unfriended. He's not a friend. He's not a friend. I'm thinking, you're a multi-billionaire. Let's see, 76,000 people. Yeah, why don't you just give us each a bill? We'll call it even, huh? So, yeah, that's kind of not too smart, really. I think he's been trying to make up for it, like making donations to certain, things here on the island and what, but he thinks his money talks. This is a real pretty area, you guys. You'll see here in just a second. Here to the left, right on the water. So Spouting Horn is just up the road, guys. The lunch is just a few minutes back this way. So we're going to come over here and check out Spouting Horn, let you guys get out and stretch, and then we'll head over to lunch from here. I know if we don't feed you guys every couple hours, everybody's starving to death and, they're getting hangry. I know those ships, they feed you a lot, So this is a great little snorkeling beach here. As you can see, quite a few are out there doing it. Yeah, so these guys, this is a great one, especially for beginners too. Kind of a low tide right now, but yeah, you can see how that. See, if you feel like you're in trouble snorkeling, all you gotta do is stand up. It's that simple, you know. So don't panic, you know. This is really good for beginners snorkeling beach. Ugly as they can come. These houses are gorgeous here, and your backyard is literally the Pacific Ocean. Location, location, location. Yeah, these are in the multi-millions here. This one just sold, so I'm not sure what to do, but. Most of these are vacation rentals. That one is. So most people that own these don't live here. This is what's made it hard for a lot of the local people. I think if you buy something, you should have to live in it. But we can't afford to rent these. That's for stinking sure. In fact, this one coming up on your left, I know the price tag on it. Yellow hibiscus in the front here. $27 million for that. 27 mil. Isn't that wild? Funny thing is, people like, who owns it? Like, I know them. Like, hey, I'm just simple bus driver. They're multi-millionaires. We do not run in the same circle. Don't have a clue who owns them. Actually, that one, the left one to the left, the white one, Peter Graves from Mission Impossible, old Mission Impossible. His daughter owns that one. Actually, once upon a time, these used to be all plantation homes, and this is all sugar cane to the right. When the hurricane hit in '92, this is where she came in. This is the initial. She leveled those plantation houses. Yeah, category 4. And so, yeah, they were all on the right in pieces, you know, and unfortunately, but after that, they sold because there was another one in '82, Hurricane Eva, and not as bad, it was a 2, but it was still, you know, these guys like, we're out of here, so they sold the little quads, and, yep, these guys would buy 2 or 3 of the bigger homes, and yeah, now they're in the multi-millions. They're pretty though. I mean, it's a beautiful area. Yep, and spouting horn, guys, depends on the tide coming in, which might, let me see, get a little spill over there. So coming up over there on the left, you can see all the black dark rock over there. That's where she's at. So it all depends on the tide always, you know, and if the pressure of it comes up a big hole to the left of it, shoots it up a lava tube, comes up the other side like a geyser. Yeah, to me it sounds kind of like a whale coming up for air. Yeah. So, but they say myth and legend behind this, there was a mo'o dragon, which the mo'o was like a big lizard. Yeah, kind of mean too. Would protect this area, wouldn't let anybody near it. So one day a little warrior boy kind of bravely decided to outsmart the lizard and jumped in the water, kind of knowing that it would follow him in, which he did. And then the little boy was small enough to swim up the lava tube and get out, but the mo'o dragon, the lizard, got stuck. So they say every time it blows up, it kind of moans and hisses. That's the lizard still trying to get out. Yeah? So watch your back. Today might be the day. Here, this will give you a pretty good idea of the cost right here. Somebody was asking me about acreage. See this to the left? 5 mil. That just sold for $5 million bucks. Just that lot. Yeah. I wouldn't even be able to afford a tent after that. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to afford that lot. Period. As I say, a lot of these people, see, these are all vacation rentals. They buy them up and then they only rent them to people like them. You know, they have that kind of big money and it really makes the economy hard on the island. So I said they should have to live in it, not like for 2 weeks, you know, like all the time. All right, guys, so you might even get to see our green sea turtles down below in the coves. Yeah, they don't like to come up on the rocks. They like to just eat the algae off of the rocks. So if you look down in the coves, you might be able to get to see some of those, you know, on the in the inside of the coves. Okay. So restrooms are right here to the right. We do have a couple of the buses here. If you guys can wait or hold it, you know, we do have nicer bathrooms for you. We have 3. That tells you a lot. These are Chinese, sorry, not Chinese bananas. These are Australian pines. It looked like a pine. My brain, the older I get, the less I can remember, but thank God it still comes back, you know. Wait for the day that it doesn't. They're called she oaks in Australia. Here they're called ironwood trees. They're real solid. If any of you guys golf, we have 12 different courses on the island. This one right here is a membership only, you know, play with Drew Brees, guys. Like one of those multi-million-dollar homes. We actually have a municipal course on the other side of the island, $60 a round. It's cheap. Yeah, 18 holes. Keep in mind that the chickens still go on the courses too. They actually can be very helpful to your score. Yep. You tee off at each hole, first ball and hit a chicken, automatic birdie. Yep. Well, hey, you guys finally. Hey, it could be an eagle too, you know. Depends on how bad you're doing that day. Yeah? Whatever kind of bird you choose. No. Actually, on the other side of that mountain range right over there to the left, guys, you should go on the other side. Yeah, to the biggest one. That's Mount Haupu. That's the one they showed you in that video. Yeah, so you're a little further down to the right and then on the other side of it. We're really not that far from the ship, to be honest, about a half hour. Alright guys, so buffet lunch here, you know, plenty of food for you guys to enjoy. And we always say we don't eat till we're full, we eat till we're tired. So if you're not tired after you eat and need a nap, you didn't get enough. Okay, so help yourselves, there is plenty. I think there's going to be a little something everybody will enjoy. Usually we have fish, pork, and chicken. And the fish is usually a mahi-mahi. It's like in a cream caper sauce, you know, battered in a cream caper sauce. It's really good. My favorite is the Kahlua pork and cabbage, which is real yummy. Yeah. And then the chicken is more local style. It is roadkill. So, like I say, they run it over a couple times. It's pretty tender, and then a little teriyaki sauce you would never know. Yeah. So teriyaki chicken too, guys. And then also there's white rice, green salad. Usually they have some types of fruits. And then for dessert is like a little muffin. It's a pineapple carrot cake kind of muffin. Yeah, real good. So I think you guys will enjoy it. And I don't know if they're doing anything exciting or different for us for Thanksgiving until we get there. But normally that is the buffet lunch. Okay. So all of that, and then they're going to give you water or unsweetened iced tea. So you can ask for sugar. It's on the table, whatever. So if you want it sweet. So all of that is included with your meal, guys. Okay. If you guys want like an adult beverage, like a Mai Tai or beer, wine, even a soda, you would have to pay for that. Okay? Sodas are free refills, but you guys would have to go up to the bar to get that. Okay? So kind of keep that in mind. So when we get there, I'm going to let you guys go in first. I'll drop you guys off, let you get started. And then I'll go park and secure the bus. Okay? So anything you guys want to leave. Get that rid of that. Yep. Lunch is going to be probably, right now it's about an hour, so about 55 minutes. Yeah, we're just right up the road here. Usually it's 45, but we do it pretty good. So as long as we leave here, you guys, no later than 5 after 1, we'll be good. Okay? Because you guys got a 2 o'clock boat ride, and we got to be there, just a little bit before. So, and it takes about a 45-minute drive. Yeah, so as long as we get back by 5, we leave here at 5 after 1, then we'll be good. So when you guys go in, they'll know because there's a mob of people walking in together. But they'll point you towards the left, okay? That's going to be where the buffet and the seating is. So just get in line. They'll, you just, put on your plate whatever you want, and then they'll seat you, okay? So do that, and then to the right, when you come, like if you need to use the bathroom, which I highly recommend. Like I said, there's soaps, there's paper towels, they smell good, they're air conditioned. So even if you don't have to go. Okay? And take your cameras because you're going to want pictures of these bathrooms. I guarantee it, yeah. They're nice, yeah. So they're into the right, past the bar at the end, guys. There's a little alcove to the right. Those are where the restrooms are. They also have a water refill. So if you guys take your bottles or whatever, free water, otherwise, if you guys want to grab a little something to take with you. This is our restaurant right here on the corner. And then inside is like a little shopping center inside there. What are we doing? So they do have a little Whalers General Store inside, guys. Then if you want to get drinks or maybe even coffee, our coffee, there is a Starbucks in there. There's a gelato place in there. So if you guys want to grab a little something, if you have time, yeah, then you guys can kind of walk around in here. I'm not sure exactly who's open today. It's not. But by the looks of it, some people are. So right to the right is Keoki's, guys, right over that little bridge right there, okay? And then the Whalers General Store, where you guys see that Nahoku right over there, the blue. Walk down the end of that, and that's where that little Whalers General Store is if you want to grab a little something. And Starbucks. Okay, any questions? Everybody? like it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your lunch. Very good, very good. All right, well, we're going to head to the east side, guys, and get you on your boat ride here just a little bit. Next little town we go through here is Kauai, and that's, you know, this is the origination of the sugar cane, guys. So we no longer produce sugar with the sugar cane, but there's about 500 acres over here along that mountain range over there that they're actually growing for. Wow. Yep, Kauai rum. Yep. No longer have a lot of sugar, but we got a ton of booze. Got that alcohol out of the deal, I guess. So, yeah, you know that drink you had for lunch there, that Mai Tai? Yeah, that was Kauai rum on the top. Yeah, good stuff, huh? So they do produce rum with it, guys. And this is the origination. And what I really love about this town is it was mandated that they had to leave the old houses. Yeah, the businesses, all that. So the old plantation homes, the businesses, and that keeps the history of the, you know, that sugar industry alive. You know, the whole era. I love this one right here to the right, that yellowish kind of. Then you can see the one next door to it. That has no, yeah. I would take it too. Good paint job, you know. Hey, kind of like a car. Give it a good paint job. It looks good on the outside. Fix it up. You know, maintain it. What's really crazy, they just built this one to the right, but I think when they build, they have to, it blends in. Yeah, it blends in with all the buildings, which I think is a really cool idea. Yeah, so the first missionaries, guys, were here back in 1835 also. This church coming up, first missionary church on the island also. Yeah, all these old plantation style type homes. This is probably one at one point where it was just normal bogs. And see to the left, there's the church. Now see, this is the poinsettia I was telling you guys about. See to the left. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, they, you know, you guys are used to them in little pots. Yeah, we're used to these. And they turn just right around this Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So that's what's cool. But see these buildings, missionary church on the right, and then the next one next to it, the fish market. See how they blend in with all the buildings. Same make of them, and yeah, that one's about ready to fall in to the left there. Pretty sure nobody lives there. Yeah, so that keeps the history of it for this little town. I love this little town, actually. It's a lot like the Hanapepe town, but pretty sure that gas station was. I think the building was, though. So if you guys ever do come back, this is a cool little town to kind of rummage through, you know, walk through, and little shops and galleries and, you know, restaurants and whatnot. Yeah, it looks like a little ghost town today. Usually there's cars everywhere through here. These beautiful Chinese banyans right here to the left with the rooting system coming up. So very first meal, guys, there's what's left of it, that brick stack to the left there. Yep, and then that's sugar cane if you haven't ever seen. If you haven't seen sugar cane, that's sugar cane to the left, guys. Yep, and then you'll see this white monument over here on your left. You'll see all the statues over there to the left inside of it. That's all those different cultures we were talking about. That's a nice commemorative to them. Nice tribute, you know, for all the hard work, you know, that they all made these, you know, the sugar industry so successful. So that's kind of a little heartfelt tribute there if you ever come back. Oh, most guys are eating over here. We should just stop there and see if we can blend in, yeah? Little turkey, pumpkin pie. What's that? Yeah. Not it. Yeah, you're right. About Thanksgiving or about the whole United States thing? No, everybody here celebrates Thanksgiving. Yeah. No, not like y'all go away, no. Yeah, no, everybody kind of celebrates here, and you know, it's kind of one of those. Most of the people have accepted the fact that it's part of the maybe some, but you know, I've never heard it, but doesn't mean they're not there, you know. But no, pretty much everybody celebrates, you know, here. Except for us in the tourism industry. I think next year will be the first time, you know, because I'm moving to Tennessee, guys, in 6 months. And now maybe now I do gotta cook, but it'll be my first Thanksgiving in about 16 years that I've been off. So, because every Thursday is the Pride of America, right? So, yeah, so we gotta work, but. No, we actually have a shift right now, probably about 3 times a week. Yeah, there was one in yesterday, the Zandam, Rotterdam. We had the Sun, which one is that? Norwegian Sun was just in like Monday, I think. Yeah, so we get anywhere from this one ship to 4 to 5 ships a week sometimes. Yeah, it just depends. They're all coming back now from Alaska, so I call it the cruising season. You know, so September through about April, right around there, and then when it starts warming up in Alaska, they all head that way. And then this one is a guarantee, 52 weeks a year. So we at least have this one, and we know that, you know. But, so yeah, and then the summertime we get random ships in here and there, like Disney, Viking, ships that are going around the world, you know. Yeah. Like summer, I'll be in Tennessee anyway, so. Maybe? No, guaranteed. I'm going to be there at the end of April if I can help it. This, guys, is one of my favorite drives through here. This is our tunnel of trees. These eucalyptus trees, they're known as the swamp mahogany. A gentleman, he was a pineapple baron. His name was Duncan McBride. Came here in the early 19s, and he brought 1,500 eucalyptus trees to line his driveway. Which must have been some driveway, because he had over 500 left over that he planted right here. Yeah, so there were 2 reasons. These are called the swamp mahogany. It's a very thirsty tree. So one was actually for shade. You know, this is the route they would take to export the sugar, right? Not having anywhere to really rest up, stop off, kind of cool down. They would eat lunch here and then continue on. Second reason was over here to the left, it was real swampy, kind of marshland, and these trees would help soak up all that water. Yeah, and that way they could plant the sugar in there too. So, unfortunately, this whole thing, man, was canopied in. It was dark in here, actually. The hurricane after 92, there wasn't a leaf left on these trees. A lot of trees had fallen, the limbs had broke off, you know, but not quite what it used to be, but it's beautiful. It's really come back nicely. And I love these plants coming off of these trees down here at this end. If you guys recognize those, that's your average house plant. Yep, it is a philodendron on steroids. Yeah, very big, yeah. But that's my favorite. See, so we went in one side, we just came out the other. See how that worked for the south side of the island, guys? Yeah. It's a very simple island, really, to get around, to be honest with you. But I love that tree tunnel. And then also you'll see a lot of the different kind of eucalyptus over here on your right. Actually, there's quite a few fields around here, but if you guys look, you'll see they're planted in rows. You know, which obviously they don't grow naturally like that. So very strategically planted, you know. They're going to cut these up and mulch them for electricity, for a biomass plant that we have. So we do use all that water too, guys, all the rainwater we get for a hydroelectric plant. We have a biomass plant. We also have one by Hanapepe. That plant was also off of fossil fuel. Yeah, that and solar. So eventually by 2050, guys, they want this whole island to be self-sustained for electricity. Yeah, strictly the water, the sun, and these trees. That's it. So we pay 60 cents a kilowatt right now, which is, yeah, expensive. When they started the solar about 10 years ago, they were like, oh, you know, your bills will go down. Well, thank God for patience, because I'm still waiting. 60 cents a kilowatt. That's expensive. said, yeah, probably did have a couple Mai Tais coming from the football game or something. Yeah, I'd say, no, that's a shoulder bud. Then you see these orange flower trees kind of starting to bloom now. That's a African tulip. Yeah. Yeah, from Switzerland. Sweden. Oh, kidding. That's actually a weed. You guys, even our weeds are pretty. It is considered a weed. These albizia trees, I think they're gorgeous. There's these canopy umbrella trees you guys kind of been seeing around. Yeah, these are from North Africa. They make the best like silhouette sunrise sunset. They are gorgeous. Yeah, but those trees are one of the fastest growing trees in the world, guys. They can grow 15 foot a year. That's over a foot a month. Isn't that wild? You could probably sit there and watch it grow, really, to be honest. But yeah, they actually brought these trees in for soil erosion. Because as tall as the tree gets and it's light, so does the rooting system. See these to the left? Pretty good size. Yeah. So that is for soil erosion to help keep the soil together or the earth kind of falling apart. Yeah. Yeah. I am. Just a little, yeah. We're a little bit here and there. Well, they're trying to turn this one into our state tree right here to the left. Now that's our cell phone tower pine tree. Isn't that pretty? I've never seen a tree that green. That color green, yeah. They said as long as it blends in, I'm like, could you put it with other trees maybe? Or, you know, I've never seen that much metal on the top of another tree. But they say it blends, it blends. Right? What a beautiful day. Gosh, I mean, if I gotta work on a holiday, at least it's a gorgeous day. Man, this has been such a pretty, so clear. Yeah, you guys actually have, I know, because you know what, we've, our last quite a few days have been so beautiful, yeah. They said it was supposed to be, but I can't trust the weather forecasters anymore, but yeah, our last few days have been just spectacular. So glad you guys got such a nice trip for the holiday too. There's days, you know, we get like a hazy kind of filmy kind of look around the island, especially when the volcano's doing its thing, you know, and that's blowing the stuff up this way. So sometimes it's kind of hazy and hard to see, and then sometimes like this is just clear as a bell. I mean, it's about as clear as it gets. Not many people love this stuff, but I do. I heard a lady say the other day, she said, I've never heard morning glory being explained as beautiful. But right here to the left and right, I think it's gorgeous. The vines coming down, you know, but that kind of compares to, I guess, your kudzu that people hate so much. But look how pretty on this tree, the flowers and this stuff. I think it's gorgeous. Yeah. Eventually, yeah, they do kind of engulf the tree and, you know, whatnot, but it seems like they do pretty well. Man, I wish every day the traffic was like this. This would be awesome. See? Stinking lights. See, nobody can really come, and then here we are. What's his name? Joe. It's Joe's fault. Yeah. That's our community college to the left, guys. This land was donated by some sugar barons, and it was Grow Farms. The foundation's called Grow Farms, but they were going to build a university over here, but this island's kind of small for a university yet. So eventually they decided to go community college instead. So So the kids have just graduated, you know, got some nice trades in here, nursing programs, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good school to go to if they're not ready to leave the island, or maybe mom and dad aren't, you know. So, but otherwise, if they don't go here, they're going to another island, or they're going to go to the mainland. More solar in there. And so the Baron, these guys that donated this land right back here along this tree line back there, you guys will see inside, this used to be a 27,000 acre sugar plantation. Once back when, yep. Yeah, in fact, the people that are going to the luau tonight, that's where they're going, onto that property. Yeah, so they, Gaylord Wilcox and his wife Ethel, they started their plantation over here, built this beautiful manor house back in 1935 in an English Tudor type style. So if you look back now, you can see the house there. Yeah, and that's a 16,000 square foot home. Huge. No kids. Only 3 bedrooms in that whole house. I bet he and her didn't see each other for days. You know, lots of places to go, a lot of nice sitting rooms and whatnot, but formal living and dining rooms were huge, you know, so it was more of an entertainment kind of type house, really. And so he was invited over here by his brother George, who started his plantation not far from your guys' ship, actually. And then eventually they did so well that their wealth was compared to the Vanderbilts in New York. That's wealthy. Very wealthy. Yeah. So anyway, they did well. So you guys don't have to go to the luau to go onto the property. You know, after he and his wife passed away, they sold it. And so they built, part of the house is a premier restaurant named after him, Gaylord's. And then a lot of the rooms they turned into little shops and galleries, but left the majority of the living room and all of the formal dining room. So there's about 40% of the original antique furniture still in the house. All right, turn the knob, turn the handle to the bathroom door. I see you trying to shut it back there. Turn the handle and put your hip into it. Turn the handle and put your hip into it.
Did it?
Yeah? Did it work?
Yes.
All right.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's a trick. I don't know, for being pretty much a brand new bus, there was literally 14,000 miles on this bus. That bathroom door don't work already. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway.
Thank
But I
goodness you
did
have.
find you gotta pull the handle and put a hip into it. And it worked. All right. So anyway, yeah, you guys can go onto the property. They have the rum tasting over there. They have a nice train ride. Good for the keiki or people who want to see the property and tell you all about the industry and the, you know, the family and everything about it, and just some beautiful views inside there too. Wilcox. Yep. And they did a lot for these islands. We have Wilcox Medical Center, Wilcox School, Wilcox Road, you know, but they were very fundamental in a lot of things for this island here. In fact, their sister Mabel Wilcox, she it's crazy because none of these people had kids. I don't know why. I think they hated children. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, none of them had children. So she was a nurse in World War I. And so eventually, when she came over also, she decided to build the Wilcox Medical Center. Yeah, she put all the money into all that. Yeah, so they did a lot for the island, you know, itself. And then George Wilcox, the brother that came over prior and has the plantation down the road from you guys, he helped build that fort you guys are at. Yeah, he put a lot of money into that because, you know, just having his right up the road, all he had to do was take the sugar, you know, down the road, store it in one of his buildings there, and then when, you know, it was time, they just ship it right out. So he expedited that harbor. The old Lihue movie theater. This one shut down after the hurricane of '92, guys. Only thing left was the front marquee and that front box office. The whole rest was gone. So when they built it back, it's assisted living adult senior apartments in here. See some of these posters that were actually filmed. These movies were filmed here. Yeah. So they turned the box office into a little sitting room, and then they still pop popcorn for those folks that live in there, which I think is cool. Well, I'm going to make a right-hand turn here, but you guys look to the left, and you tell me if you see any chickens in that lot. You guys thought I was kidding. I was dead. Dead till you see buckets of it. Ha, 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 ha. And you thought my joke was tacky. Yeah, me too. But I'm serious. I think in the whole time I've been driving, I've seen twice maybe a chicken in the fire line. Well, he went in, he never came out, but might have been in the bucket. When all of these bloom at the same time, all the Hong Kong orchid trees to the left. I remember when these first started a few weeks ago, and I thought, oh yeah, they're just getting started. Man, those are gorgeous. She can really good view, nice panoramic view of Mount Waialeale, guys, your wettest spot on earth. Make this light up here. We'll see if we can get a nice view of it for you. Then just to keep it simple too, your ship is 2 miles down the road to the right. And straight ahead's our airport. You ever fly back in, this is where you come in. And this airport, let me tell you guys, it doesn't get any easier. Literally, there's one terminal in there. One end is side A, this end is side B. If you get lost in our airport, you probably should not be traveling. Because it's as easy as it gets. You come out and you go left or right, that's it. Yeah. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking you guys are going to get a good view of this. There she is. Yep. That's Mount Waialeale with the cloud right on top of it. You guys know that it's maybe 6 times a year that we don't have a cloud on top of it, that we see the whole thing. It's almost always got some kind of cloud on there. But that's your wettest spot on earth right there, guys. That's a stinking good view. That's probably the most we've seen in weeks. At least. That's the creation. That's the heart of the island right there. And the old harbor was called Ahukini. So anything and everything went through this harbor. Rice, sugar, import, export, trade ships, foreign ships, whatever. So right out here to your right in the bay, guys, you'll see the rock wall with the point at the end. That was the lighthouse. And then to the right of that, you see the old structure, or what's left of it anyway. So that's where everything came in and out of before your port was built. So they wanted to bring deeper ships into that harbor there, and it would accommodate the depth. So that's when they chose where you guys are at. Started building on that, opened that for commercial business in 1930, and then utilized both up until 1950. So with the dilapidation of the buildings and whatnot on it, people still, it's got a nice little boardwalk on it. They'll fish off of it, crab, you can go out there and watch the spinner dolphins and the homu, the turtles. Sometimes you see a lot of the whales out there when they're in season, so it's a nice little spot. Right, we're not too far up the road. Man, I am digging on this traffic. Or lack of, I should say. We usually don't get over here this fast, so that's, I wish every day was like this. Excuse me. But we are just up the road, you guys, not too far, maybe another 2 miles at the most here. So, but this river, as I said earlier, is the only freshwater navigable river on any island, actually. So you guys are going to go approximately 3 miles up this 10-miler, okay? And it's about a 20-minute ride up, guys. Once you guys get up there, you're going to get off of the boat. It's going to be about maybe a 50-yard walk, not too far, but it's a paved walkway, concreted. It's very, you know, unstrenuous. You know, it's pretty simple walk. And then once you guys get up to this platform area or where the grotto is, you'll have the singers, dancers, and musicians up there with you guys. Yeah, so just so you guys know, just a little bit of a surprise. You guys are all getting remarried today to someone else. Yeah. Oh, good God. Somebody probably isn't coming back. Yeah. Can you have 2 flowers just in case? Yeah. You may need a whole arrangement of flowers by the time she gets done with you. All right, so, but anyway, yeah, they're going to sing you guys a Hawaiian wedding song from Elvis's Blue Hawaii. So, yeah, so it's fun, it's entertaining, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous day, too, so it's going to be a nice stroll through the tropicals and botanicals, okay? So, anyway, so 20 up, then you get off, do your thing, 20 back or so. And in one direction or the other on the boat ride, guys, you'll have either the commentary from the captain, history, information, things like that. And then the other direction, you're going to have the singers, dancers, and musicians on board with you. Okay? You guys are all going to learn some new hula moves today, too. Yeah, they're going to teach you how to do the hukilau hula. Participate and have fun. There's no blackmail that I'm aware of, but I mean, there might be within your own people. But otherwise, you know, it's a lot of fun, so just have fun with it, yeah? And so about 1:20 all in all. Now, we are going to make it in time, guys. Everybody, if you need to use the restroom, you can do that before you go. There is not a bathroom on the boat, but there is another one up at the grotto. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I'll show you where those are at here. And then if you guys do want to refill, you know, with water bottles or whatever, there is a refill station also just around the corner by the office from where the restrooms are. Okay? So this is good. We got a 2 o'clock boat. They're actually going to load the boat in here in just about 7 minutes. So we did good. I surprised myself. Usually it takes us a lot longer traffic-wise to get over here, so that's probably a benefit of driving on a holiday. Everybody's at home eating and watching the football game right now. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Those colors, yeah. You know, actually the ocean, the color of the ocean depends on the color of the sky. You guys know that? Yeah, I did not know that for the longest time, because if it's clear, then you see all the, you know, the vibrant colors. But if it's cloudy, it shadows it and makes it darker. Yeah, so. Yep, Lisa's going to be taking a nap, so I'll be here with all your guys' goodies. So whatever you guys would like to leave on, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, this is Boatsmith, actually. Yeah, the luau's still here. Unfortunately, Uncle Freckles passed away this year. He was kind of the matron, you know, the, what do you call it, matriarch? Yeah? Well, what's that? Matriarch, is that the